Howdy y'all. So today I thought we'd take a look at my new Ultimate 12 Native Watercraft kayak. And it is used. Originally I thought it was going to be Ultimate FX or one of the ones with the pedal drive. But it turned out this isn't the model with the pedal drive. It's just a standard canoe kayak hybrid. And after looking at it, I was okay with that. I wasn't too pressed about the pedal drive. It would have been nice, but for me, I'd rather have a boat that keeps me dry, especially in the colder times of the year. And this looked like it would fit the bill pretty well. It looks really well made. The sides are a lot higher because it is a hybrid. It's more of a canoe shape. And if you look at the bottom, it's got sort of a pontoon hull where you have these two cutouts, and then it comes up in the middle. That's really going to help with the stability of the boat, which was another problem I had with the Pelican, which I did end up selling. I got a couple $100 for it. I was pretty honest about why I wasn't happy with it with the guy, but he wanted it, so I'm not going to tell him no. I picked this up for $500 even, and after I got my money for my Pelican, it actually ended up costing me about $300. So I got a ton of extra stuff. He put an anchor trolley on here, and for anybody that doesn't know what this does, that you hook your anchor to that, and you can adjust where you want the anchor to be at. So if you want to situate differently, you hook your line onto that trolley and it'll pull it to the back or the front, so you can sort of adjust your boat. I thought that was pretty cool, and when I had problems with the Pelican, I sure could have used that before. Didn't come on the boat, he put that on, so that's kind of nice. It's got 3 Scotty rod holders, 2 in the back for trolling and 1 in the front just to have it out of the way. That's kind of nice. Those are pretty expensive too, and I believe Scotty makes adapters for these bases, so you can use it for like a cell phone holder. Like you can take this off and put a different head on there, so if you don't want to use a rod holder, you can put your cell phone gripper on there, even a tablet gripper, which I probably will do to use my deeper, which I'm going to be hanging off the side, clamped to the side of the boat. The seat, he said, was an aftermarket seat. It looks brand new. I only sat in once. It felt pretty comfortable. I liked it. I might want to try to raise that seat up a little bit. It does seem a little low. I know on some of the newer models you have high and low adjustability. This one does not have that, but I have seen online that you can mod like a base for these to make them sit up higher, so I might do that depending on how it goes when I take this out. I got a brand new paddle with it. Looks like it's hardly been used. This is pretty cool. This is like a fanny pack, but it's a life vest, and you just pull that ripcord and it inflates. So if I ever go out on the Potomac in the wintertime, I can use that and not have it in the way if I want to. I got a vest too that's pretty comfortable, so I don't know. See how that goes. Does have paddle clips, which I'm going to be putting on a cleat. He gave me an extra anchor with a float, a first aid kit, a dry bag. This boat does have a cover, which I didn't bring out. What else we got? We got drag chutes. Now I didn't know what these were, being as I'm not really much of a kayaker. These are drag chutes, and what they are is basically just parachutes that you drag behind your boat to slow you down in current. So if I'm out on the Potomac River and it's particularly fast, I can throw these drag chutes out behind me and sort of slow me down in current, so I don't go hauling ass down the Potomac River. That's kind of nice. He also gave me a bunch of tie down ropes, a big foam pad to put on my car roof so I don't scratch my roof like I ended up doing with the Pelican. Another thing he did, now this is something I gotta fix, but I'm not too worried about. This right here, this is a basically a motorcycle throttle cable, and you pull this and this will come down here and retract. I don't know if you can see it. Retract this skeg up. That's called a skeg. It's a basically a fixed rudder, and it's supposed to help you with when you're in the wind. It's supposed to help you track into the wind. I think that's what he told me. So all in all, I'm pretty happy with it. It is a Native Watercraft, so you know the thing, it's not made poorly. That Pelican, it did float and it kind of did what I wanted, but at the same time I don't feel like it was what I would consider to be a true fishing kayak. It seemed more like a summertime fun toy where you could fish off of it, but mostly for, you know, just goofing around in the summer. This thing, you can use this in the winter, any time of the year. You're not going to be sitting in an inch of water. My thoughts on getting hypothermia are, you know, it's definitely going to be a lot safer, and I'm not going to be exposed to the water, which even in 59 degrees was not too comfortable. Just that little bit of water, it was only about that deep, was enough to really screw my day up. You know, you're just sitting in it and it feels terrible. So I feel a lot better about this boat. And another reason I wanted to get this is in about 8 months I'm moving down to South North Carolina, like right near the South Carolina border, and there's gators down there, you know, and I just, sitting in that Pelican, I couldn't imagine bass fishing in like a river or a lake or something that has alligators in it, sitting in something that unstable. I'm not terribly afraid of alligators, but at the same time I don't want to be like right up in the water with them. I had a caiman as a pet once, so I know what they can do, and I know they kind of have minds of their own. They can, you know, seem pretty low-key one minute, and the next minute they're in a mood, and you just don't want to be next to one of those things when it decides it's having a bad day. So this kind of addressed that that issue, and I feel a lot better about fishing down there now, because I've spent most of my life fishing from shore, and it really is a limitation, especially in the cooler times of the year when the fish they're deep. You know, they're not, you know, we have that fall turnover finally, when the warmer water's on the bottom and the colder water's on the top. A lot of times they're out deep, and sometimes you can't reach them from the shore, so this is a good solution to that. The only negative I can think of as far as this is that a lot of my lakes are going to be closed for boating on December 15th, so that kind of limits me to where I can take this in the near future. But I will be able to take this on the Potomac River whenever I want. They don't close the river. It's just some times of the year it's a little faster or it's a little lower. Right now it's really low. It's not very fast, but it's so low that it might be difficult to get out in certain areas. Some areas are okay, but I'll figure that out down the road. I'm going to try to get at least one trip on this thing before December 15th. Unfortunately, one of the spots I was going to take this on is now so low that I don't even think it's a possibility, which was Rocky Gorge. I'm trying to figure out what part of the reservoir still has enough water to boat on, because a friend of mine sent me a picture and it's just like 4 feet deep, and he tried fishing and you know, there just wasn't anything there. I think that part of the reservoir was just too low to really hold much in the way of fish. So anyway, this is my boat. I hope you enjoyed watching it. I'm going to do some mods of this thing once I figure out what I need, where it's lacking, just some upgrades probably down the road. And of course I'm going to be using this once I get in North Carolina, so that'll be kind of cool too. So my next video will be my slam attempt. That should be coming up next. Try to get that out and set up so you guys can watch that. And I had some surprising things happen during that slam that I really wasn't expecting, so stay tuned for that. Have a good one.